Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the analysis, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down in the comment section. We're always happy to hear from you, so whatever you have to say, just drop it down there. Okay, so we need to talk about a few things within the structure. We seem to be doing this range bound movement within here, which means either we're getting a more complex move, which becomes a lot harder to sort of figure out within the structure, or alternatively, we are looking to start to break down here. So basically the way I'm currently looking at it is, as we were talking about before, it is possible this third wave is actually completed here, and this is just becoming a bit more of a complex structure. So for the most part, this is still a possibility, and we could look at this potentially as an A wave. This is a triangle forming here. We're looking to form this D wave, so we only get confirmation once this D wave is completed. This line can move slightly because I've just drawn it off this bottom wick here, but in reality it just has to connect with the B and the D, so it is possible it could actually be a bit higher here. But looking at the structure within this move here, it is possible that we actually have this playing out towards a 1-to-1, which would actually bring this line a bit further down, which would actually sort of tie in with this, with the fact of having this line a bit lower here. So this is a possibility still within the structures that we actually could push down a little bit lower. This is basically this triangle idea. It gets invalidated by either moving back above this 23,500 or below this 22,534. So there's two ways we can see this triangle, and we're going to go over that in a second. But basically, we can see it that either this starts actually over here and we have a complex A wave, and this just becomes basically a triangle from here as an A, B, C, D, and E, and then we'll actually look to break to the upside. However, this is the alternative where we're looking at this as completed into this high point here for this third wave, and then actually what we've got is a complex structure here, which is actually going to look to break down. So this would be then looking for, in my opinion, looking for this gray fourth wave to come in. This gray fourth wave's target zone is sort of this higher range here would be this 21,764, and the lower range would be this 19,676. So the 382 retracement of this would actually bring us back in line with this previous fourth wave here, which would be an interesting zone. Alternatively, we could actually just look to break down and sort of come and retest this channel that we broke out of. So it is possible that we could still see this move to the downside for this fourth wave and then a final push to the upside. If I throw this onto here, basically what we'd have to do is measure it. It depends exactly where this E wave ends, but effectively the 1-to-1 would only bring us down here towards this 22236, 22236. But we could actually move much lower with the C wave, as it has a B wave triangle. If this is playing out, it can actually go even up to that 1.6 or lower. So we'd have to just give it a bit of time and see the subdivisions of this wave to the downside as it forms. But yeah, like I said, my primary expectation is to come back and retest this fourth wave. And if this is the case, what we can also do from further back here, if I turn on this channel, we can argue, so this is a channel from the beginning of this trend, just lining up with the bottoms here, and sort of lining up into this high point. I need to adjust it slightly, actually. There we go. But basically what we'd be looking for is, this is only rough at this point, but basically we could look for the C wave to come actually back and retest this channel line before looking for a continuation to the upside. So if this is the case, effectively what we could do is come back into this zone. So we can see there's quite a lot of overlap between this descending channel, this ascending channel, this green box area. So it is also possible we have another push up here, which we'll go over in a second. But basically, I am anticipating this fourth wave to start breaking down, if not after one more move up, basically soon. You know, it could already be within the start of that. And if this triangle holds, and we stay below this 23,500, and we actually make another three wave move to the upside and then start to break down more sort of impulsively, then I would be looking towards this target zone of this previous fourth wave. Like I said, this 20,583 would be an important zone in my opinion. But we also need to bear in mind that we need to wait for confirmation of this fourth wave. If we fail to hold this support zone here and cross below this 19,676, it actually is likely that this whole move rather has just been a three-wave move, and then actually we're looking to break down and set a new low. So we just need to give it a bit of time and see how we react. I am anticipating this fourth wave. It's just whether we get it sooner rather than later. So the other way that I've been looking at this move, I'm just going to remove all this from the screen for a second, is if we look at this slightly different from the bottom here, and now I've just adjusted this third wave effectively within here. It is also possible that we can count this as I've got it indicated here, where we move this fourth and fifth slightly up here, and this triangle, like I said, if we read it from further back, we can look at it as an A, B, C, D, potentially an E wave. So if this is the case, what we'd then have here is we wouldn't, pretty much the same thing. Invalidation of this is by moving back above this 23,500, and basically this E wave shouldn't really cross this zone here of this 22,534. If this is the case, however, we can see that the triangle is in the opposite direction, and actually this is a complex A, B, C, D, and then looking for this E wave. So if we get this three wave move to the downside, like I said, at a 1-to-1, it potentially could come down here to this area of this 22,647, which would actually tie in with retesting this channel. It doesn't have to. E waves can fall short of their sort of what's it called, their trend lines. So it is possible that it could just actually reverse and then look to break to the upside for another 5-wave move. If this is the case, and we do have this as an additional fifth wave as we have it shown here, the typical target zone is actually here. Let me just move this down to the box area. This 24,806 to this 24,194. That could be a zone we could actually look to push up. So this is what I'm saying. I think we're still anticipating this orange fourth wave. I don't think there's anything within it big enough besides this, if it actually progresses to the downside again, that can sort of fill that. So either we're going to get this final push up here, drop back down for this fourth, and then one more push up for this fifth wave, or alternatively, this is already beginning our fourth wave decline, and we're going to be looking to target out this zone. So it just needs a bit more time. Like I said, the triangle invalidation comes by crossing this 22,543, and if it does invalidate like that, basically what we'd be looking for then is actually to see whether we can get a deeper move to the downside, and looking at this potentially as an A wave. This is a B wave, and then looking to actually break down into this zone. So if we're just looking at it as a simple ABC pattern, 1-to-1 would bring us back to this 22,470. Alternatively, if it develops into something more or deeper, potentially we could look to target out this 1618 and then form 5-wave structure, though it's not really giving me much indication of that at the moment. Like I said, though, if we are looking at this as a B wave triangle, then it can actually push past this 1618, and potentially this 2618 is in line with these previous fourth waves. So it will be an interesting zone to see if it does actually push down. Once we start to get better structure here, if this does break this triangle pattern, then it is, like I said, I'd be watching this top channel line, and then alternatively the support zone and this previous fourth wave for support. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there, and we're going to update you once we have a bit more information. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down in the comment section below. Really appreciate the support. Have a great weekend, everybody.